Big cat, how you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat, move in silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.
Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. Royal message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Energies up, up, up. I insist, bestie. I insist. Ever the seek of knowledge, ever, and knowledge applied is power. Let's see what's going on, darling dears. Let's see. Let's cleanse the energy first. As I call in the grace of Father God and Mother Isis to cover you as you come and you go, to bring prosperity, abundance, darling dears, and wisdom, guidance, all of the above, darling dears, to you, bestie, always. Oh, child. Good golly and gosh. The number that you have displayed on the dice, can you see? You have a 5. And then I picked it up and missed them all up. Okay, where is it? Here it is. I believe it was the other 5, but this is the 5 that I got, so I'm going to go with this energy. That's a necessary because it came back out as a 2. All right, let's press on, darling dears. When I chucked everything out, the cat was on the number 2, but your back was turned. So whatever this energy is, you don't see it coming. For some of you, it's a new love relationship, darling dears. For others, it's an uplifting in yourself, self-esteem, your relationships. It comes with the color of pink. It could be the energy of your relationship with your mother, or a mother energy, darling dears. Or a mother energy, maybe putting down some kind of skullduggerous, challenging situations and maybe even behaviors in order to overcome. The energy of the 2. This is a low shoe grid. It's Chinese numerology, darling dears. When you come here, you get a bit of everything. It also speaks about somebody may have had an issue around their abdomen, their internal organs. Okay. Let's move this out the way and press on. You have the energy of the 2, darling dears. 2 speaks about travel. It speaks about business contracts, darling dears. Maybe a new job, signing the papers for a new home. Something new, darling dears. New news coming your way. It also speaks about gifts, compliments, as well as trips, darling dears. If you're planning a trip, the trip will go well over the next 7 days. The energy of the 3 speaks about what? Conflict, darling dears. This is a nerve-wracking period for some, darling dears, especially if they're in your business. Can we go to the board? You know I like to draw examples. A picture says 1,000 words, right? Because this is what's probably going on in the background. Okay, bestie. This is you. This is you in your business, right? This is where people should be with their business, minding their own business over here. They should be here. Let's do a tiny cross to show they should be here, right? And then here is a child's place, darling dears. This is where children should be, right? But contrary to that, I need 2 handsies for this, darling dears. Contrary to that, those that should be here in their own business, right? Minding their own business, being the CEO of their life, they've all come over here. And now you've got all of these people in your business, right? Minding your business. But it's also a reminder that a child must stay in their place. You shouldn't see a child in your business, darling dears. Remember what I said, a child should know its place, right? But you have a lot of incoming, darling dears. Incoming, why? The energy of the 5 speaks about conflict, confusion, darling dears, but it also speaks about change. You know I love a graph. Don't hold it against me. Don't judge me, darling dears. Right, let's quickly tidy up this space so that I can carry on with this read. Right, energy of the 5 speaks about attractiveness, darling dears, being people eyes of on you at this moment in time. We already said that, eyes and mouth meetings. Your birthday could be the, and my hands are almost spun it again, darling dears. Oh, are you looking? Why are you looking up? Look down. It's all going on down here, blood. Anyhow, the energy of the 5, your birthday could be the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd. Or it's a significant day, date, or number in your life. Your birthday could be on your birthday. I said birthday, Freudian slip meant to come out. A Friday, Wednesday, Friday, or Sunday, or it's your luckiest days over the next few days. The letters E, N, and W are attached to the number 5. Okay, the number 5 is ruled by Mercury. Let's get that out to remind you what's going on. Your logic, your intellect. It's about short journeys. We already said journeys and trips, darling dears. Yes, baby, you're going on a trip, darling dears. It's on the energy of the 3. 3 is the number of groups, darling dears. Maybe it's a group trip. Listen, I don't like traveling in groups. I told you I like my own company, mate. Remember what happened to that poor girl that went to Cabo and didn't come back? She got there on the 28th and she was dead by the 29th with her so-called friends. Shanquilla Robinson. You thought I'd forgotten. I didn't forget, blood. Okay. Mercury rules, good golly and gosh. Come on, Case. Get back on it. Bring back Mercury energy. Gemini and Virgo, darling dears. All right. Okay. I just had a brain fart then. Excuse me, Master will play. Back in the game again. Okay, so it's ruled by Mercury. So you're a pioneer, darling dears. Your ideas. It also speaks about having the badass alchemist ways, because Mercury also rules the magician. In tarot, darling dears, the number 5 itself in tarot is represented by the lovers as well as the devil card, darling dears. Yeah, so the lovers card, Gemini energy, making the right choices. The devil card, Saturn, Capricorn energy, but Saturn also rules Aquarius in traditional astrology, excuse me, merciful play. It speaks about you being able to solve some kind of issue, but divine is also reminding you to have compassion for yourself in a situation. Maybe you've been hoodwinked, darling dears. Don't beat yourself up about what you didn't know, but you know now, yeah? Forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself first. That's the way to get the poison out. If it's bringing up feelings of anger, you have to sit in that anger. You can't hide from it, darling dears, because it will bleed into your life in other ways. You have to face it. This is what a big cat does. So it might be a call for what? Spiritual quarantine, so that you can get to know thyself and get a hold of your birth natal chart while you're at it, because I'm telling you, it's your snapshot of the Akashic records, darling. There's everything about your life is in there. All right, let's press on. The energy of the 5, darling dears, speaks about an issue in your home. It may be in your home with what? Feminine energy, darling dears. Why do I say that? Because that's what the impression that came towards me, darling dears. The 5, the 5th house, speaks about what? Drama, darling dears. It could be to do with an affair. Maybe somebody's having an affair, or maybe someone doesn't like the way you are expressing yourself. You're being too confident. Listen, never stop. If that's what their issue is, baby, they better not hold their breath. They be brown bread. Let's carry on. The energy of the 5 keeps coming up, and it's also about what? The monarchy, darling dears. Something significant is going to go down within the monarchy over the next few days. Pardon me, darling dears. That was a spiritual belch, because I speaks the truth. Roof, pinkies up. The The energy of the 2-3, darling dears. It speaks about what? A karmic debt, an old debt, or a karmic debt has been repaid. Love it. You use your creativity, eh? Love it. The 5th house is in juxtaposed to the 11th house. The 11th house is about groups. There's an issue coming up with somebody's grandparents over the next few days, darling dears. And again, the 11th house speaks about your humanitarianism. It speaks about business contracts. You meeting like-minded people, some form of meeting, darling dears. But it's going to be your creativity which is going to stand out. It also is about, because the 11th house is, people are looking at how you make your money, possibly by your career or your careers. Maybe you have multiple streams of income, darling. They're big, mad, lots of drama coming your way. Good golly and gosh, from those that need attention. Listen, Easter Island, Stevie Wonder, tell them at the back if they're a big cat. Everyone else will have to find out on their own, like you did, bestie. Big cat wave. All right, let's get the oracle ancestral message around this. I'm going to use the soul cards. Give it a good shufty. So it's about your mind, darling. It's your logic, it's your intellect. The energy of Mercury, darling dears. Mercury rules your hands, shoulders, joints, your hearing, your fingers, your stomach. You may have an issue around that area, darling dears. The travel could be traveling for what? For medical care or to get a second opinion, darling dears. But it also could be the energy that somebody's bringing onto themselves, an illness because of what they're sending towards you. It speaks about you being able to make astute decisions, darling dears, informed decisions. Some of you are going to be re-educating yourself. It also speaks about, right? Are you a writer? Publish that. She's naive. Remember I told you that. Because change is in the wind. What do your ancestors want you to know? Yeah. Ending of a situation, darling dears. And this can also represent a literal death around you, darling dears. The death card in tarot is the 8th house. The 8th house of what? It's the 8th house of karmic debt, darling dears. This could also be end of life, darling dears. The 8th house is karma and money, but it's about letting go, maybe letting go of life or letting go of a situation. It's the house of what? Joint finances, mixing with other people's monies, but it also speaks about wills and legacies. Maybe somebody will be hearing of a passing of a grandparent that already came up, darling dears. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. My condolences. But this is new coming towards you. What did I just tell you about the forgiveness? Listen, the cards don't play and neither do I. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love, darling dears. And all it does is keep you spiritually tied to that person, place or thing. You have to forgive it. I know it's hard. Nobody said you got to be best friends again. The forgiveness is for you. Because when you're carrying all of that negative energy, you're calling down illnesses on yourself. You may even be feeling pains in the areas that I just mentioned, darling dears. This is about the energy of what? Going within, sitting with yourself, asking yourself. And your subconscious mind will chuck it up, darling dears. Don't play. Hey. But you have to ask the right question. Confirmation by the bell. All right. Let's move on, darling dears. Let's move on. Your ancestors want you to forgive a situation. And somebody's going to have to forgive someone, darling dears. Somebody who's already passed on. Something that happened possibly to do with a legacy, an inheritance. Possibly even an inheritance, a financial or a sexual situation, darling dears. Forgive them. If they're dead, why are you still mad? You're arguing with yourself because the 8th house is also the house of what? Secrets. Okay, let's press on, darling dears. Let's press on. Let's get a deck I haven't used in a while. I'm going to use the Black Rider-Waite deck. Base of the deck, we've got the 3 of Pentacles. So it's about working together with someone, or it's about being recognized for your skills. But this is a beneficial time for you at this moment. Let's give it a good shufti and wake the deck up and see what's going on. Someone or someone's is not enjoying an ending, and we already said it's the house of affairs. If this person has passed, or it could speak about something coming from the affair. They came in, had the affair, and got a Klingon, darling dear. Full on what? Something kicking in their pantaloon like Jackie Chan. Right. What's this? Two of Swords. A decision has to be made, darling dears. What's the decision about? Someone must be put in a compromising position. Yeah, Queen of Wands. In this, right next to the Two of Swords in the reverse, this is a Jezebel, darling dears. Yeah. Yes. Look at all of the negative talk. And again, what did I say? It's female energy that's sending it your way, darling dears. Somebody can't get over a situation. You live in their mouth. Every breath they take, every move they make, right? It's about you. Yeah. They're looking at the happiness you've created for yourself. Somebody's disturbed by your foundation, darling dears. Two of Swords. Clarify the Two of Swords. Yeah. You're going to make a decision around your security and your stability, darling. There's a new beginning, but it also speaks about loyalty, using your intuition as you move forward. Two Queens on the tableau speaks about this gossip that's rife. We've now got 3 queens, darling. There's good, golly, and gosh. And again, be careful whom you speak your personal business, your goals, your dreams. Why? There's a betrayal of confidence on the tableau, a full-on merchant of slander. Jeremiah 9:40. All right. What about this Jezebel that can't get over you? This person, because the Queen of Wands is somebody who this person is fixated on you. They're even starting to dress, maybe even talk the way you do, darling dears. But it sounds counterfeit because it's not their natural flow. Somebody is trying to copy you, darling dears. Getting their echopraxic on. Listen, this person is full of trauma, drama, and their inner child is Chucky. Yeah, this person is unable to move on from you. What did I tell you? Sputnik. The hillbilly investigations are still being launched, darling dears. Yeah. They're trying to hurt you, but you are a spiritual badass. Remember, I told you that. It speaks about your spiritual strength, darling dears. 9 of Wands in the upright is Sagittarius as well as the moon energy. Again, fake friends, betrayal, being sent your way, lies, subterfuge, and bull swanky. Someone or someone's is upset because of your resilience. They didn't expect you to bounce back from a situation. They wanted you to be wounded forever, but they didn't think that you would take the risk or take on the challenge of separating yourself from that situation. Look, whoever you separated yourself from, they want to come back, blood. They would like one more round, Julie, with your hairline. Moon energy. You better not allow them in, darling dears. It's the wolf at the door. Moon energy, darling dears. It also speaks about things being revealed to you. Moon energy also speaks about a pregnancy. Yes, look, Page of Cups. Listen, if someone's having an affair, a pregnancy is about to be revealed. Good God. Listen, they're sorry that they did it. The dick dealing ain't what it used to be, darling dears. They're sorry, blood. But there's going to be no what? Illumination to the situation. Somebody's just ended their whole relationship over a jealous Jezebel that's been watching. Somebody that wanted your life, darling dears. They wanted your life. This person or people was looking on the outside. We saw 3 queens. Gossip, darling dears. They may have what? Flying monkeys that they've enlisted to go against you when this person wanted to be you. So far as that they got pregnant, darling dear. A whole naked baby. Because they wanted your life. Okay. Whole naked baby, darling dears. Yeah, that seed was definitely sown. But this is about you making the right choices going before, because you don't want to lean on a hoe. Listen, the picture speaks 1,000 words, darling dears, and it also speaks about introspection, going within, thinking, darling dears. One's energy. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. the one's energy, darling dears. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy also represents the direction of south. Okay. It's call Archangel Michael at any time, darling dears, for guidance. It also speaks about you paying attention to your intuition going forward, darling dears. Use your psychic abilities. Some of you are stepping into a psychic career. Maybe you are. This is also, if you are going into tarot reading or you're a reader, darling dears, the seeds that you sow is bringing what? Healing and emotional alignment to others. Remember, I told you that. Many people don't want to see you happy with what you got going on. But as I said, that past situation, that seed has been sown. Someone doesn't want to see you happy at this moment. Look. All of the lies. Half-truths that they're telling, darling dears. Because they're trying to muddy your reputation. Look, they want you to be depressed. They're, like I said, they're employing flying monkeys. Right? But the stabation is like, miss me, bitch. Hey, hey! You've gone to the 9 to the 10. Yeah. The 10 of Swords is about you getting over whatever this circumstance or situation is, and it also speaks about the ruminating thoughts. Divine wants you to not doubt your abilities, darling dears. You are healing many. Your words are healing many. Remember, I told you that. The forgiveness could also be, some of you need to forgive yourself because maybe you got into the game late. It's never late. If you don't succeed in your 20s, you'll do it in your 30s. If you don't do it in your 30s, you'll do it in your 40s. If you don't do it in your 40s, you do it in your 50s. If you don't do it in your 50s, you do it in your 60s, etc., etc., etc. The reason why I say that, because my daughter now has a master's in forensic psychology and criminal mental health, darling dears. But when she was getting her achievement of the degree, the oldest person in her class getting their degree in psychology was 76 years old. It's never too late, darling dears, for you to begin again or to follow your true heart's desire, your passions, your wants, your dreams, and your goals. Yeah. Queen of Wands, this speaks about new opportunities. This goes to 9 of Pentacles, darling dears. Good golly and gosh. This is represented by Scorpio as well as Venus energy, abundance, darling dears. You're about to receive some kind of material reward. This is something that you've achieved on your own. 9 of Pentacles is definitely something you've achieved on your own, listening to your own higher mind. This also is a reminder to avoid any drama going forward, darling dears, because you're getting a second chance. But people haven't forgotten you. Look, the devil's most diligent workers. Good golly and gosh, what do they want? Listen, we need to investigate these cards. Because whatever seeds you sow, darling dears, they are coming to fruition. Remember, I told you that. True change is coming into your life. Yeah, the devil's energy. This is people that are obsessively jealous, darling dears, codependent. They're stuck in abusive, drudgerous situation. Hairline taking situation, guys. But these same said ones would like another chance in your life. They want a second chance, like I said, for one more round, Julie, with your hairline. It's because they don't have any hold over you at this moment in time. And it also speaks about someone being in debt, having some kind of mental health issue, darling dears. Yeah, traveling towards you. But it's also the energy that's being sent towards you, darling dears. This person is feeling extremely disappointed and left out. This person is an opportunist or a homosexual, darling dears. Wherever they lay their hat is their home. They see the home with you, darling dears. Somebody wants to come back to you, darling dears. Even after everything they've done, they still want to come back. Look, the devil's most diligent worker, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls. Disappointed about. Why are they disappointed? It can't be in themselves. They used to be in wicked. Why are they disappointed? What is the biggest disappointment that they feel when they think about the big cat? Lord Jesus. Because it's over, finito, done, darling dears. And the closest they can get to you is to what? Watch you on the World Wide Web. This is the world card, darling dears. In the upright. You ended a cycle, darling dears, which is going to bring or has brought a desirable outcome for you, which is what? A fresh start. And this fresh start has gifted you with what? Accomplishments. You've made nothing but wise choices based on your values. 3 major arcana. Divine has a hand in your life. 4 major arcana. Some of you, this is a partner coming towards you, or it could represent you being an entrepreneur. I said some of you are readers out there, darling dears. You carry the two energies of the yin and yang. You are a natural HEYOKA, darling dears. Look, what did I say? Listen. We're on a 5, and 5 major arcana came out one after the other. Divine has a hand in your life, darling dears. Again, it's about you forgiving, putting the past behind, and it's also you assisting others to do that. You are in a position of what? Having spiritual weight behind your words, darling dears. People look up to you. If you are a parent, you are a role model. Look, you are creating generational wealth. Remember, I told you that. Yeah. Oh, wow. I haven't seen a read like this. Listen, but the toxic haven't forgotten you, darling dears. 2 of Wands on its forehead, darling dears. If they're planning to come towards you, darling dears, there's always something that interrupts the journey. Past situations, past people. Why? Because your block game is for the gods, and you are being protected. You've balanced out your negative as well as your positive energies, darling dears. You had to. In order to what? Build a more stable foundation. And how do you do that? By knowing thyself. Yeah. Lover's energy. This is contracts that are no longer soul ties, darling dears, that no longer have any power over you. This is breakup, divorce. This was a situation where there was a lot of arguments. Yeah, it was a bad choice, but you had to go through a bad choice, because look at all of these blessings you have around you, darling dears. You had to go through the bad to get to the good. Kiss a few frogs, darling dears, in order to understand you don't like kissing frogs. You end up with warts all over your mouth. King of Cups. And again, this could also represent a partner coming towards you. It also speaks about your emotional maturity, darling dears. Why is the emotional maturity being called for at this moment? Because you're single and independent. You've got command of your emotions, because remember, anyone that commands your emotions is your king. They have your psychological password, darling dears. And whomsoever that is, that's got your password, they will take you to your stress threshold, your most piss-offedness, darling dears. Single and badass to boot. One more card jumped out of the back. This is movement and travel, darling dears, and this is also represented by Cupid arrows. Someone is getting a new love affair, darling dears. One which is divinely guided. Look, I can't make it up. Knight of Cups. A truly divinely guided partner is coming towards you. It could be love, relationships, platonical, a good friendship. Who's got a good friend? Okay then. Yeah, death. As we began the read, and as we finish the read, darling dears. New beginnings for you. The transformation always starts from within. Death card is Pluto energy. Pluto is the planet of transformation. Pluto is also in Aquarius. I've put up the reading for Pluto in Aquarius, which is going to be valid for the next 19 years, darling dears. Go and watch my comprehensive read on that. Find out how it's going to affect your sun, moon and rising sign, and help it, and use those tools to help you navigate through this change, this blessed change, one which brings abundance, darling dears, a true partner, and what distractions that you truly want in your life, because all of these cards are in the upright. And call Archangel Michael at any time. Michael is on this card, darling dears. Remember, I told you that. New beginning. 6 major arcana, darling dears. The energy of what? Teamwork, cooperation and harmony, because you are paid attention to the assignment. Do we bring any more? This is such a beautiful read, darling dears. This is a read of what? War and peace. Overcoming, darling dears, and finding that peace. This is about you continuing to be in your authority, darling dears. Somebody's also about to get the go-ahead on a new business. But this business venture, I believe it's going to be to do with the cryptocurrencies. I told you that there's going to be a major shifting in wealth. I believe the major shift in wealth is going to be between the lunar eclipse on the 25th of this month, lunar eclipse in Libra, and the solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th of April. Remember, I told you that. Mark that on your almanac. On that notes, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. If you'd like a personal read, hit me up in the Gmail. Thank you very much for your continued support of me and this channel. Bestie, I truly appreciate your appreciation. And as I always say, don't get smoked. and don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat.
How you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat, moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.